Что, можно заходить? Бля, придется выключать толкач-то. Круто. Ну, сейчас это погоди немножко. Тема вопроса сохранится. Да, я еще нашел тайник пиздатый, кстати, в тени Чернобыля. Их вообще до хера, как ты знаешь, да, особенно в 1000. Вообще практически с каждого трупа можно снять тайник. И как бы в зависимости от ранга там будет как бы говно, да, или что-нибудь интересное более-менее. У ветеранов и мастеров попадается вообще такой тайники. Так вот, на крыше одного из зданий на Агропропе я туда залез, а тайник, в общем, очень интересный. Тайник с начинкой из нихуя. То есть тайник есть, а содержимого нет. Пусто. Ты че? Блин. Ну это нормально. Как бы там же локация-то есть. Дело в том, что предел локации, это они как бы там ограничены невидимостью, на которая действует только на ГГ. А так они до какого-то порога там могут дойти. Кстати, у меня тут я не вижу нихуя. Трансляции, да, я не вижу. Бля, сейчас. Нет.
Мария, а что вы делаете для того?
Да. Так, стоп. Теперь вижу, я как раз нашел. Подожди, нашел я все. Да. Только у меня не грузит. Ты там наговариваешь. Теперь вижу, я как раз нашел. И... Блядь, слышь, меня пишешь, нахуй выключай, да, микрофон. Ты сейчас, блядь, вообще не буду даже говорить. Блядь, ты меня пишешь. Выключил, чисто. Ты меня пишешь. Я не хочу слышать, блядь, 10 голосов. Ты понимаешь это? Там дважды ты говоришь, и дважды я. Ты понимаешь, ты эхо двух человек. Эхо двух человек. Ты слышал это? Зато я все слышу. Я на весь дом шит у меня идет. Кстати, ты не удалил предыдущую трансляцию. У тебя здесь раз, два, три, четыре, пять, 6 трансляций. Ну, мы не будем продать, пока ты не исправишь все это говно. Запустить нормальную трансляцию без записи звука. Вообще, чтобы она не писала никого, ни себя, ни меня. Алло. Пока да, слышу, у меня задержка. Сейчас обновлю еще раз. Да, я себя слышу, меня записывает. Ой, блядь. Меня-то выключи, чтобы не записывал. Вот и что тогда будет нормально. Как я смотреть буду? Я понял. Он меня уводит как звук, потому что я у тебя на компе на скайпе. Поэтому я так жду, как звук работал. Тогда я тебе позвоню сейчас с другом.
No question of leaving now. I must examine the scene of the fire. Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here.
Poor kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? Steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater. So, little fish, swallowed our tongue, have we?
You won't kill me.
Maybe not, but I'll redo you. So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started. That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin.
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
What now?
Do you have a moment?
What now?
Nothing. Sorry.
Stop wasting my time.
This gate is locked. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with
You're right. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Сейчас посмотрим. Да блин, у меня отличные показатели. Я смотрю прямо сейчас.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. They seem happy. But Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I think that some of your colleagues should turn in their badges. This room is bursting with evidence that seriously contradicts the official inquiry.
Well, of course, Mr. Holmes. Like what?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Honestly, you don't find that suspicious?
That's troubling, I have to admit. But I trust Silas. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. The mainland folks are damned envious that he's here with us. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
Someone deliberately set fire to this mansion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? Crowbar could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the new... A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? Locked. The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What was going through that boy's mind? The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time. This door is locked. What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent? Perfect. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there? Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map. Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably as if the bookcase has been moved several times. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist? Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left.
It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. 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 With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
A secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel. Look,
3 seats.
someone's been here recently.
Сколько у нас там? Трансляция.